often forgotten, the most important thing is not something in the distance, is not something that we aim to achieve. Rather, is something that we have. Sometimes we truly forget how amazing our life is right in front of us. We focus on something that doesn't exist or something that's far in distance, and we miss this very important step in our life. The here and now is an amazing concept that truly helps us be connected to ourselves. So if you're facing difficulty, challenges, or you're trying to overgrow your past, heal from what has happened to you, remember one thing, and one thing only, that this very moment is all you need to be you. Now, I'm not talking about dealing with severe trauma, because that has its own set of needs and care that needs to be directed to it. And of course, every one of us is different, so the way that we experience life differs from one another. But remember this: sit down and be honest with yourself. What is it that you value? What is it that you seek? What is it that you want to be? If the answer is clear to you, if the answer is right there in front of your eyes, give yourself empathy. Give yourself appreciation. Give yourself the love and support that you so desire. Because here's the thing, there is absolutely no one out there that will give you that empathy and that respect but yourself. It doesn't matter if it's your parents, if it's your partner, if it's your friend, if it's your family, let alone if it's a stranger in the street. You seek guidance. You have the guidance. Sometimes we have to think a little bit deeper about our emotional self and remove ourselves from what we're experiencing to an outside person and look at our situation from a third perspective, from an outside perspective. What do you see? Do you see someone who's struggling, who's challenging themselves left and right? If the answer is yes, then by all means, sit down. Give yourself the time and the attention that you deserve, because here's the thing, this very moment is not coming back. This moment is gone. In a blink of an eye. You know, I was walking with my wife the other day, and we were mid our way from where we left our house to where our dog goes to potty, and middle of the day we were having kind of the same discussion, and my wife told me something very interesting that made me think profoundly about myself and my choices. And my wife told me that the person that exited the house is not the same person that is standing right here. The person that was at the door when we exited the house is gone. This is a new person. In the surface of it, it seems very straightforward. But if you sit down and think about it, it's such a deep anecdote that makes you think about who you are, about your choices, about your past being gone, not existent, and this moment existing. It's very twisted, but when you think about it, you get so confused. Like, my head was hurting when I was thinking about it. But then as we started talking, we realized that the most important thing is being present, being in the moment. Because if you're not in the moment, it's history, it's gone. And when it's gone, it's not coming back. it becomes very, to a point, sad at times, because then we're reflecting on our past and we're saying, oh my God, so many memories, so many times I lost, I forgot how to be me. But then if you sit down and tell yourself that, yeah, even though I lost, I forgot how to be me, I am being me right now, it becomes very satisfying. Because then you could make the changes that you want. You could be the person that you want. You could do the things that you want. You could live a life that you want, not anyone else. Because here's the thing, no one else matters. And if you don't give yourself the satisfaction of being you, how can you expect someone else to give you the satisfaction of being you? Recognize you. Recognize your potential. Recognize the things that you value, the things that you like to improve, and the things that you want to put aside behind you. Because now you know that those things don't control you. Because now you know that those things don't pinpoint you. Because they don't exist. They don't matter. And the very moment that you recognize this, you recognize being present, you stay with your mind, body, and you focus on your true self, is the moment that you will flourish. It's a thought. It's an idea. Give it a little bit of time. Sit down and think about it today. How will you make this moment count? And that's all you have to answer. To you.